I will now read from you from a post I seen on Facebook that I'm probably going to talk about either on my podcast or I'm gonna just leave it here and say my piece. It's about the word simp. Um, I'm pretty sure I did this. It's like when people overuse a word and some shit like that. And I think simp is one of those overused words. And I saw this post and I was like, this kind of proves it. So it's like a collage of pictures. So it's basically like simp. Let's break it down. Google definition: a silly or foolish person. Society definition: a male who feels the shame in treating a girl properly or with kindness, in most cases the bare minimum. And then you got the examples. My girlfriend is beautiful. Simp. Society, simp. Male: don't say stuff like that about her. That's disrespectful. Society, simp. Takes care of a girl in a period. Simp. Pays for dinner one night in an equal relationship. Simp. Posts a picture of his girlfriend. Society, simp. She's so sweet to me. Simp. As you can see where this is going. What it really does discourages males to show any ounce of respect or love within relationships, especially aka a way to shame males for being good, decent males. This takes the walk to gender equality a step back because it adversely causes men to hate seeing females treated well. What the, I'm definitely going to read this on my podcast. We gonna run through this. What they act like it, what they act like it is. It's just a meme. But males should not have to step down to show a woman love and respect. Also, bros before hoes. Stop calling a male for simply being yes, even when it's a joke. Okay, obviously, whoever wrote this is like I don't know what the word for it, but I just it, I think you have this thing where I feel like where this is why I say when people overuse a word because when black people use the word, it meant something, and then once it gets to like, and I say this all the time, when white people get to, and white people, y'all can say this, whatever is history is improving. When y'all get a hold of black person's slang, y'all will overuse it, and y'all will use it without even knowing what the fuck it is. All right. Well, yes, I know there are red pill shit, there are red pill and all that other stuff. The thing is, this thing is, I'm gonna just basically say it. This is bullshit, and this is what I said. This probably end up being a discussion later, but there's kindness, and then there's letting a woman walk over you. Also, this is what happens when you overuse a word, which is basically what I'm reiterating. The reason why I don't like this, and it's because none of these things are required you a simp. Like especially where the one is just like where society says, oh, my girlfriend is beautiful, simp. It's like you're supposed to think your girlfriend is beautiful. That's not you being a simp. Nobody's gonna call you a simp for saying, yeah, my girl beautiful. I think it's like I have never heard no dude, and if they did call you a simp, they was probably joking. Because a lot of dudes are just like I've seen simping, and I have stories, and I've seen simping. Like one time, and there was one time I had a friend. I'm not gonna say his name, but I had a friend. He liked this girl, and he would hang out with her all the time, and like he would do stuff for it. No, I don't have a problem with him hanging out, but it was obvious that that girl was not interested in him in a relationship manner, and yet it got to a point where every time she goes somewhere with him, she bring this tall white boy because the girl was white as well, and my friend would become the third wheel. Now, once they still kept hanging, he was the third wheel. I'm like, yo, my man is still hanging. And me and my other friend, because he was like, we was looking at him, so yo, what is you doing? It's like obviously they like each other, and he really liked her, but it was just like me. I was straight up with him. I said, yo, she a bird, let her fly. But now the thing is, the person she was like messing with, they are married now with children. So um, she's a married woman. I'm not going to disrespect her like that. But at the same time, it was just like I was trying to let him know that, bro. It's just like you might want to move on because obviously she's not interested in you in that type of relationship, and yet you still trying to do all this stuff. It's one thing was being a friend, but he was just lagging on her, and he was being a third wheel to a situation, and it just looks sad. And I felt sorry for him because he's not a bad looking guy, but he was just in a situation where it was just, to me, it was just awkward seeing them. It was like him, her, and the dude, and it's obviously them two got a relationship, and he's just being a third wheel. And I'm gonna tell you this: I've been third wheel before. That is not, especially with a girl that I like, and she's with another dude that she's like has an interest in. That shit is awkward as fuck, and it's like when it happened to me, it was awkward as fuck. I did not like being there, and I was basically stuck. And I was like, this is before Uber, and like before anybody, this was before Uber. I was like in the military and all that other stuff, so I was like 20 when all this stuff was happening. So I was just like, to me, I was stuck with them being a third wheel, and this shit wasn't fun. And one thing my ex, she would bring other females with her and then make them a third wheel. And me, like being a third wheel, I don't like the fact that even though I did have a nice, good relationship with my woman, like she would bring them, and they would feel like a third wheel. It was like awkward and all that stuff. Now the thing is, I would talk to them. No, as a third, it was like, all right, it's obvious she's the third wheel, and I'm not trying to get with the girl, but at least, all right, you can make you feel comfortable. Like, all right, you can at least feel comfortable around us. I would have conversations with her and all that other stuff. It seems like she was trying to show everybody like she got a man or some shit like that. But or they just liked each other, or they ain't had nothing to do, so they go with her and all that stuff. I like I said, the third wheel, being a third wheel to places is very fucking awkward. So I would try to talk to him, like stir up conversations, have conversations with. Now the thing is, my girlfriend didn't like it because she thought that I was trying to flirt with the other girls in front of her. I'm like, I'm not flirting with the other girls in front of him. It was like, why you keep bringing them on to our dates? And we had a like real big argument because it was like, why you keep bringing them on to our dates? It was like, obviously she's a third wheel. It's just awkward and all that other stuff. And I told her too. It's like, do you know how awkward it is being a third wheel? It's like, I'm with you, but you keep bringing these people along, and it's just like they're just sitting there doing nothing while you and me all snuggled up and all that other shit. This is, of course, they're gonna feel awkward. I now the thing is, I don't mean to make you feel jealous because I wasn't really trying to make her feel jealous. I was trying to like me, and maybe this is the Gemini in me because it's just like you want people to like you, and you want people to like when they're around you, you want to like they had a blast and they're going to remember you for having fun with. Like, because all the female friends that my girl used to bring around, and even some of the male friends, like they're still cool with me. Like, I'm still cool with them. So uh, it's just one of those things where it's just I always want to make sure like you had fun with me. Now, with that being said, now a lot of people don't understand like when you start simping, like, and Tommy Sotomayor, like, he had an acronym for it. It's like someone idolizing mediocre pussy. When people call you a simp, it's when you start doing stuff for women that, it's like, in the words of the 40-year-old, you're putting a pussy on a pedestal, especially when you don't need to be. That girl doesn't do nothing to, like, and, like, women, like, don't get me wrong. It's just like, I'm not saying women should give it up to men and all that stuff, but women have they will hold their pussy for ransom, and they're very good at holding them. Especially if you know a dude wants to fuck you, they will hold their pussy for ransom, and then like they will get as much as they can out of a person, and they may never give him the pussy. So if sometimes it takes an outside person to see that's like, dog, you're not gonna smash, or dog, she's not even gonna be in a relationship. I don't think she sees you like that. And like, and some girls, they will use you up, for what you have, and then like never give you the pussy. And then it's just like you gotta, you gotta set the foot down. And then once you set the foot down, you'll know how she act. It's like, dog, if you want, or especially like there are women that like want girlfriend things, like they want your man to do girlfriend things without the title. Now, don't get me wrong, men do this to women too, but it's mostly with sex. But this is coming from a man's perspective. It's like you want them like if I want to take you out to like Ruth Chris or something, then Ruth Chris, I remember I seen like some posters like, girl, if they're not spending over $300 with you, it's like, hold up, bitches, you not even worth. And then it's just like, first of all, if I'm spending, and I tell people all the time, I don't care if I got money or not. If I'm spending $300, that's a fucking bill. That's a light bill. That's a gas bill. Hell, that's for my 20-year-old days when I was in the military. That was strip club money. I throw that in the strip club. It's like, so am I going to get something out of this? And I'll be honest. See, and I'm very straightforward. And the thing is, I'm straightforward because I want you to know where I'm standing or some shit like that. Because I don't want there's no confusion. It's just like if, and I told women, it's like, I spent over $300 with you. I'm expecting pussy, and especially in one time. It's like, oh no, you. And then this is like, pussy is coming at the end of this. It's just not, and I don't say that, and I'm not trying to say this out of a rapey vibe, but this is where I'm getting at. If I'm spending $300 with you, I'm getting laid. I'm getting some ass. It's just that, and then that's how I feel. And if you don't want to confide to that, that's fine. That's up to you. I'm not going to spend $300 with you. You're not worth it because that's girlfriend material. Because if I just give you $300 just to go eat at Root Chris, that's girl. That's something you do to your girlfriend. That's not someone you bring on a date. And that's just knowing your worth, and then knowing is like, as far as men go, like, you have to know your worth too. And this is what I tell all nice guys. So you have to know your worth. If you're doing things for her and she's not doing things in reciprocal, then you need to walk away from that. Same thing for women, because I just told this to my homegirl. um if you're doing a lot for this dude and you're not getting anything in reciprocal, and he's not refilling refilling your gas tank, not your mental gas tank, or like your energy. If he's draining your energy and you come out with this sad energy and all the other stuff, then he's not trying to fill you up with positive energy. You need to let that go, because he's not worth it. And that's how I feel with a lot of these people. A lot of these people, like incubus or succubus, they will drain your energy and they leave you on negative, and then you all like sad, lonely, and depressed, and you can't trust nobody. And this is why I feel like people at this state right now. So, with that being said, as far as the simp things, you gotta know, and I say this all the time. There's kindness. It's just like, it's okay to take a woman out on a date and then pay for hell, even pay for pay for their food. I don't think that's a problem with it. I'm old school. I think that's something you should do. You take a woman on a date, you pay for the meals, dinner and movie, you pay for everything. That's that's cool. But the thing is, it's just like, if you're, how can I say this? If you're like dating somebody and if you don't see it going anywhere, or if she's not doing stuff for you and you're doing stuff for her all the time, you gotta learn to walk away. And then, or you're gonna have to make her. I always say this: make her do something for you. Like, a girl, especially if a woman, they really like you, they will like do something for you, or buy you gifts, or they say, or one thing I know women used to do, especially if they learn how to cook. He said, "Baby, let me cook for you." That was one of the major things. It's just like, if a woman cooks for you, that means she really really likes you, and she really wants you to be around. So you put that title on her. So with that, so let me reiterate. What I just read, I think is very stupid. And a simp is a foolish, but treating a woman bare minimum is like, this not being a simp. And I don't think no one is really enforcing this to being a simp. But you got to know your worth, and then you got to know if the person you're dating really is interested in you. So, with that being said, let me know what y'all think about this one. Till then, my name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.